Hey everyone, Soundwave884 here. I'm going to do a quick Talkin Bots video, just talking about the new Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. So we're going to jump into that, give my thoughts and opinions on this, and do a little comparison just so we can show off other Transformers and see where this Bumblebee is really coming from. Now, first off the bat, we know they don't have the VW license applied to this version of Bumblebee, so that's one reason why he's not like the Netflix version of Bumblebee. He's not Volkswagen, he's not the MP style. First MP where he's elongated, he's like the actual length of a bug, fully shaped like a bug. They're going for the more penny racer style that the G1 toy was trying to evoke. So they're trying to give him a more squished appearance, big huge rear wheels, and then you got the small front wheels. And the point of Studio Series 86 was to mimic how they appeared in the 1986 Transformers animated film. Now, Bumblebee was not in alt mode very much in that movie, I think until the very end of the movie, when they jumped out of Unicron's other eye to land on Cybertron. I think what a big complaint on this upcoming Studio Series 86 Bumblebee in vehicle mode is he doesn't look like Bumblebee, even in the cartoon, even from the G1 toy. This shape and the way he's more squared off resembles more of a G1 style cliff jumper aspect, or even bumper. I do have a yellow cliff jumper here, so you can sort of get a hair stuck to him, so you can sort of get away. So you can sort of see how he actually looks here. Now they do have the front wheel, so if you took like the legs off this Bumblebee here and you just pushed them on here and it's got rid of the spoiler, that's pretty much how the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee looks. He has more of the squared off rear end here. And you saw the quick shot of the rear. I'll put pictures here on the video, of course, of the tail end, the back end of the alt mode, where he does have more of those big huge lights, unlike how it would be on the Volkswagen here. So you can see it, this mold has pretty much been primed to give us the quartet of figures, maybe a quintuplet. I don't know. We're definitely going to get that remolded into a clip jumper. And they're probably going to go for a hubcap as well. It might even go for a bumper. Now, I've always called this bumper. And this is what, this is that buzzworthy Bumblebee that came with the itty bitty spike and exosuit. This, just the alt mode, is bumper to me. This is purely bumper. They should have gave this a bumper head or redone this again with a bumper head. But honestly, I think this here has the best animated version of Bumblebee's head sculpt on this little bitty figure. So for a while, this was my stand-in Bumblebee in robot mode. They could give us another gold bug, so we can get 5 figures out of this mold. All they gotta do is change the rear end to give us a spoiler for cliff jumper, take that spoiler away for hubcap. Now for bumper, they'll have to remold the front legs, and they'll probably just keep the back end from hubcap for that. But Goldbug would be the one I wouldn't probably purchase, because I think this is a good stand-in for Goldbug. And as Goldbug in G1 actually did have a more real-world type alt mode. So I think this here, at least in vehicle mode, is going to be definitely my Goldbug. Now if they made this into Goldbug, the Studio Series 86 version, I will buy it because I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. And I love mini-bot Transformers because I think as a kid, I had a whole bunch of them. And they're always easy to pick back up once you broke it, because they're a cheap price point. Now, where I think Studio Series 86 Bumblebee shines is going to be the robot mode. Even that is questionable, but I think it has the best orientation of the torso. That's one thing that bugs me about Netflix Bumblebee, is that his torso just seems, it should be flipped the other way. It's just backwards to me. It's upside down. It needs to be the other way. So that's always bugged me about these figures. Also, the fact that these are parts forming, and then that appears to not be parts forming, and it's all in one. Also, they actually have the wheels, like they have the AUTOBOT insignia here, and also on his foot, but it hides in robot mode, because in vehicle mode, the insignia is there on the front, but the way that the feet come up and over in transformation hide that in robot mode, which is nice. So you can get the insignia in both places without having it be awkward in robot mode. It also really bugs me on Cliff Jumper, because it again should be reversed, and he needs his spoiler. But again, I'm afraid the way this transforms, that even though he'll have a spoiler in alt mode, that you'll probably lose that, because it'll probably stay on the backpack that goes over, unless they can mold something very small that goes underneath the backpack in vehicle mode that stays there, which I'd be perfectly happy with that. And one thing that bugs a lot of people I've read, and it kind of bothers me as well, is the black windshields. Now in G1 cartoon, most windshields are done as blue. I know Toy Hacks could easily fix this and rectify this problem with blue labels. Now, one thing I know will probably come down the pipe later on, they'll redo the figure, take out any translucent plastics, and just give us painted windows of blue like they did with the Autobot 5-pack, how we got Jazz and Sunstreaker and Trollbreaker, and we also got that with Cliffjumper from Earthrise to this Buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series version. Eventually, they'll probably do that with that figure of Bumblebee. I'm just taking a guess here. They might not, but just going by Hasbro's track record, it does seem possible and plausible. Now, why are the windows black? I was saying they're trying to mix a toy and tune with this more. It's more like how the first masterpieces were done. It's a mixture of toy, a mixture of tune. And you notice the original G1 Transformers Bumblebee had black windows. Same with Cliffjumper, and all the mini bots have black windows that you even carried over, maybe rolling away, into G2. There's G2 Bumblebee with black windows, Goldbug, and all the throttle bots have black stickers. And again, the throttle bots are something that this mold could probably be reworked into for Chase, Freeway, and I want to say Lightspeed, but that's not it. Searchlight, there it is, that's his name. So the black windows do bother me, but this is a figure I think is going to be better in hand. Because the pictures of the early prototype or the early test shot version of this figure look really good. And then you can actually see a little more curve to the rear end too. It's not as squared off in the back as I thought. So again, I think this is going to be a figure that people are going to really enjoy in hand with all the articulation, the look and feel of this than they do like seeing it in pictures and renders. I do like the head sculpt in this figure better than the head sculpt we got here on the Earthrise version. I feel this isn't Bumblebee enough for me, and this one here is a little bit more closer to the actual cartoon. I don't really like the squared off chest in vehicle mode. The squared off top of the vehicle looks awkward. It looks really tall, like the top of the vehicle is just too tall. It needs to be a little bit shorter, closer to the hood. It's just like it's too high up. Now this is actually pretty close to the animation model. It's just too squared off. So this is mostly done so they can just retool this into Cliffjumper and the others. That's probably just my biggest con is the alt mode itself. Now the robot mode, the only con I really have are probably the black windows. Otherwise, I think he looks pretty good in robot mode. I don't really have any other complaints on that. I think the head sculpt's better. I think the torso is better. I think everything about it looks better. It looks more like a Bumblebee that I would want. Also, I really like they actually got the yellow color. I don't know why they always do them in orange. It might be a VW thing, but with this not having that license, they actually have them in Bumblebee yellow, which I am loving that. That's one figure I might toy hacks up for the black windows. I think it would look a lot better in blue. Now, if you want a definitive Chuck style Bumblebee, and this is just my opinion, you'd have to go pick up KBB Hornet's Agent, the oversized New Age version of Bumblebee, their flipper. This is KBB Hornet's Agent Bumblebee. It's oversized of New Age. I think the alt mode here is the winner for an alt mode for a cartoon accurate, or closest to cartoon accurate Bumblebee as that we're going to get. I just think this here wins. Now in robot mode, I don't like the head sculpt. You don't have a lot of the articulation you're going to get with Earthrise or the new Studio Series 86. I did do a Battle of the Bots with Earthrise versus this figure, and I will link that down in the description below or up here on the video as well. I think in vehicle mode, this is always going to be, for me, right now, my Chug style or mainline style Bumblebee for alt mode. Anyway, that's my video here for Talkin Bots, talking about the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Hope I didn't rant and carry on for too long. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, peace out.